Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-week world currencies, stock markets and commodities deep dive for Friday, May 9th, 2025. I'm Victoria Cashmore. In currency markets, the greenback showed mixed performance. The US dollar strengthened against the euro, closing at 0.8889, up 0.0040. After 3 days of flat trading, the dollar broke upward against the yen, settling at 145.29. Looking at weekly returns, the dollar gained 0.45% against the euro, while falling 0.26% versus the British pound. Year to date, most major currency pairs show the dollar down between 3% to 8%. In long-term performance, the dollar shows a 23.9% gain against the Aussie over 10 years. However, it's down 16.4% versus the Swiss franc over 3 years, reflecting significant weakness in certain pairs. Notable movements include the dollar rising 1% against the rupee to 85.36, while the greenback continued its decline against the Singapore dollar, marking its second consecutive weekly drop. Weekly returns show the dollar gaining 1.04% against the rupee, while the greenback advanced 0.85% versus the loonie. Year to date, the dollar shows particular weakness against the Singapore dollar, down nearly 5%. Over the decade, the dollar has gained 34% against the rupee, its strongest performance among major pairs. The greenback shows minimal change against the Singapore dollar, down just 2.3% over 10 years.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Austria stands out with a 4.3% gain to 27.85, hitting a new one-year high in its fifth straight winning week. Israel and Hong Kong both show strong upward trends, rising 3.5% and 3% respectively. Short-term returns are notable, with Austria leading year-to-date gains at 32.8%. Poland shows impressive momentum with a 4.7% month-to-date return. Israel maintains consistent growth with positive returns across all timeframes. Looking at longer-term performance, Poland shows remarkable strength with a 27.4% average annual return over 3 years. Austria and Israel both maintain steady 10-year returns, around 4.8% annually. Among underperforming markets, India led declines, dropping 2.8% to 52.35. Despite recent weakness, Switzerland hit an all-time high earlier this week at 54.64. Denmark shows mixed negative trend patterns. Short-term performance shows India down 2.9% for the week and 2.3% month-to-date. Belgium, despite this week's decline, maintains a solid 14.2% gain year-to-date. Malaysia shows resilience with positive month-to-date returns. In longer-term metrics, Denmark shows mixed results with a minus 13.1% one-year return, but maintains a positive 6.8% average annual return over 10 years. Malaysia struggles with a minus 7.7% average annual return over the decade.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Gold futures led metals with a strong 2.6% gain to 3,329.10, showing a very strong positive trend. Palladium futures rose 3.4% to 983.50, while silver added 1.9% despite moving sideways recently. Year-to-date returns show gold leading with a 26% gain, while silver has advanced 12.4%. Copper has gained 15.6%, despite recent weakness. Aluminum remains down 7.6% for the year. Long-term performance shows gold with impressive gains, up 180% over 10 years for an annual rate of 10.8%. Silver has nearly doubled in the same period. Aluminum has struggled with a modest 15.7% decade gain. Energy futures showed broad gains despite longer-term weakness. Crude oil rose 4.6% to 61.2, though hitting new yearly lows. Natural gas advanced 4.3% to 3.79, breaking out from recent consolidation with strong positive momentum. Month-to-date, natural gas leads energy commodities with a 13.9% gain. Brent crude and crude oil are both up about 4.5%, though remaining down roughly 15% year-to-date. 10-year returns in energy have been challenged. Natural gas shows the strongest performance, up 31.5%. Brent crude is down 3%, while crude oil and refined products show minimal gains near 3–6%. Live cattle and feeder cattle hit new all-time highs, up 3.8% and 1.8% respectively, with strong upward volatility. Both show impressive 3-year gains exceeding 60%. Lean hogs dipped 1.6%, despite maintaining a strong positive trend. Grains faced pressure with wheat and corn, down 4.3% and 4.1% respectively. Rough rice hit new yearly lows at 12.65. Soybeans showed resilience with a strong positive trend, despite a minor weekly decline. Grain futures showed broad weakness. Corn futures and wheat futures both fell sharply, down 4.1% and 4.3% respectively. Wheat hit a new one-year low. Rough rice also reached a new yearly low, declining 2%. Looking at longer-term performance, grain futures show concerning trends. The 10-year annual rate of return for corn and wheat are just 2.2% and 0.2% respectively. Rough rice shows similar tepid performance at 2.6% annually. In soft commodities, orange juice tumbled 10.1%, while sugar and cocoa both gained 3.6%. Coffee showed minimal movement, up just 0.58%, while cotton declined 2.4%. Year-to-date performance varies widely among soft commodities. Coffee leads with a 21.2% gain, while orange juice has declined sharply, down 53.3%. Cocoa has retreated 21.2% this year. Long-term returns in soft commodities show striking contrasts. Cocoa's 3-year annual return stands at 55.5%, while coffee has delivered 23.4%. Cotton has struggled with a negative 22.4% 3-year annual return.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-week World Currency, Markets and Commodities episode. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day, just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports, written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.